if the History Channel ever knocks on our door and gives us a call and says, hey, Walk with History should be on TV.
We could be the Chip and Joanna Gaines of history.
There you go. We're Scott and Jen from Walk with History. And this is our first live stream. Who we are, how we started Walk with History, and what we've done, and kind of things that have surprised us in the past year. So
how we started, it was the pandemic. It was the beginning of the pandemic. Scott is active duty military, and we were living in Erie, Pennsylvania, and I had just finished my master's degree of American history, and I was watching YouTube. And so I would look up like John Wayne's grave or John Wayne Museum. See a trend, I like John Wayne. People who were talking about things would not be connecting them historically. So why should you care? What are the impacts these people have made for you? So I walked outside of my office and I said, Scott, what if I start a YouTube channel?
If you see our very first video, it's Jen walking with her phone in vertical video, which drives me crazy. And she's learned.
But that was how it initially started. I feel like my job as a historian, and this is what I learned in my degree, is I'm teaching you how to think, not what to think. And you should feel comfortable with trust. You should trust what I'm telling you is the facts that are out there. And I'm not trying to push it one way or the other. I'm just trying to tell you the facts. So that way, when you're learning about it and you're realizing the impact this thing or this person has on you, you're feeling like Jen is giving us trustworthy information. I also make sure that if we find out something after the fact, we learn something after the fact, we'll always put it into the comments.
I've never been a huge history fan. I joke about this all the time. Now I'm running a YouTube channel with my wife. We have 2 podcasts. Yeah. I knew right away that it could work. I was like,
this content we call it evergreen content. George Washington did in Washington Crossing, that's not going to change.
The location of Washington's Crossing will forever be the same spot.
So people can watch that and that won't change. It's evergreen. First, I hadn't seen anyone do it on YouTube. Second, it's in Arlington, and I don't think a lot of people realize Maureen O'Hara is in Arlington.
Yeah.
I wanted to do Arlington anyway, so it was just very important that we did all of that. And so that video took off.
When we saw that first video, our 10th video, which was the Arlington video, we saw it really take off. It got picked up by the algorithm, as they say. And it was quite an interesting, cool experience for us, something that I'd never experienced. And all of a sudden it started getting hundreds and thousands of views. And I think it's over 50,000 views, 55 or 56 right now from a non-history fan. There's other people who are interested in this history stuff, right? When you have a video get that big, and Chris knows this probably much more than we do. You get a video that big, you get people trying to just kind of complain and say their own kind of negative things like, hey, how come you're breathing so hard? It's
you have to have a thick skin if you're going to do this.
We're like sprinting around Arlington watching 6 kids with our entire family. And we're also trying to, do this, that, and the other. Oh, and by the way, I'm trying to hold a camera and talk about history at the same time. So that's why I'm breathing hard. Real quick, guys, I want to give a quick shout out to Jeannie. I've known Jeannie since before I can probably remember. And Jeannie, you can probably attest to that. You probably knew me before I could even talk. And so what she's done, if you see her in the chat, there's 2 ways that you can support the channel. I'll say there's 3. There's the gift shop, which we kind of put on our website. You can go to walkwithhistorygiftshop.com. You can buy mugs and phone cases and T-shirts, and I have a sweatshirt that I wear all the time. So walkwithhistorygiftshop.com, or you can go to our Patreon page, which for $5 a month you can get behind the scenes stuff. I actually I put a Patreon post probably about an hour ago about what we've been doing for the past couple of days here in Williamsburg. And so we'll do kind of behind the scenes stuff. You'll get early access to the videos over at Patreon.
You get episode maps.
You get episode travel guides.
So if you want to go to that city and walk around where we walked, we'll put those locations for you.
Yeah. And all this stuff is at our website, walkwithhistory.net. The third way that you can support, which is the least expensive, but you don't really, I'll say that you don't get the other stuff, is you can just join right here on YouTube. I think it's $2 a month. You get a little member badge. We're thankful for the past year, and you guys have been a part of that.
Yes.
I truly, truly appreciate it. I love seeing your comments daily and weekly. and you guys are part of what helps fuel the fire for me to sit down there and just edit a little bit more and make it a little bit better. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to the next year and the next 5 years, because I really do believe that this can go for the long haul here. For anybody else watching this in the future, we will both say on to our next
Walk with history.